Hello and welcome to the Super Basement Bro Show. My name is Connor and I'm joined by my co-host Tanner and Hasten.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's the first morning episode.
It's Easter.
It's
Easter. Easter morning.
We are recording this the Sunday before Endgame.
So
So we decided to do an episode real quick to get our predictions in, our last minute predictions.
Yes,
just in
sir.
case if we get anything right, we can say we did it. We did it. We called it.
And I think just a general discussion about what we think will happen.
Yeah.
The rundown. We
Yeah,
wanted to do this. So.
We're all very excited and we all are seeing it Thursday night, opening showing, 6 o'clock. So
First showing of the day.
Yes, ma'am.
So we do not want to get spoiled. So we're getting in, getting out. And then you guys can expect a recap video after Endgame. Right after we're done, we're going to head back here. We're going to do a podcast and get it up for you guys so you can hear all of our thoughts and reactions to the film and where we think they'll go from there. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hasten, where do you think the story of Endgame will go, and like what's going to happen for Phase 4 of the MCU?
So my prediction's kind of... I'm hoping they don't do my prediction. Because I'm thinking what they're going to do is they're going to go back in time and basically bring everyone back. Mm-hmm. And then, like, Thanos is going to come fight, and he's going to kill whoever they're not going to sign contracts with. So, like, I'm thinking, like, Iron Man's going to die.
Disney's way of being like, F you.
They're like, we're done paying your bills.
Yeah, so, like, I think they're literally going to bring everyone back. And then they're going to kill, like, Iron Man, Captain America.
Yeah.
I
don't think they'll kill Captain America, actually.
I think they will.
I think it'll be...
I think we're
it'll
going to
be
lose
Iron
both
Man.
of them.
I'm with you.
And then I think the leader of the, like, Avengers is going to be Doctor Strange.
You think so?
Because I think the most definite one is definitely Iron Man is going to die. Because like they've been like showing it in the trailers and very like subtly being like he's the last one.
I don't know.
First
I think for
Avenger.
sure Iron Man and Captain America are going to bite the dust.
I don't think
together.
for sure Captain America.
I think it's going to be like
It'd be
this.
cool if they go fight Thanos alone.
Yeah.
He kills them, and then all of the Avengers attack. That'd be kind of cool.
Or they're
I
the ones who
think-
kill Thanos.
My prediction is that somehow the original Avengers are going to have to sacrifice themselves to bring back the Fallen, and I think there's going to have to be like some sort of MacGuffin thing where two people or something like that have to
stay.
sacrifice themselves, have to replace
in the Soul
they
Stone.
They have to replace the people who
The
were
Soul
gone.
Stone needs something.
They need something, and they need who knows how.
And Iron Man's probably like, I'll stay, and then Captain America's like, I'll stay
too.
with him.
Yeah, it's like maybe there's some sort of you just saying that hit me. I was like, frick, I don't want to see that.
I know.
But
I don't want to see this thing happen. I'm gonna cry in the theaters. I need to bring tissues.
Yeah, especially for a 3-hour-long event.
Yeah,
it's
for real.
It's gonna be rough, but that's my prediction. As I think, obviously, we're gonna see the quantum realm come into play. I'm sure with Ant-Man and whatnot. The frick. The heck was that? We just had some sort of
That
weird
was
sound
weird,
happen.
yeah.
Was that from your room?
It sounded like from my room.
Oh well, that's fine.
Anyway.
Hey, whatever.
But my prediction is that somehow Captain America and Iron Man, like I was saying, there's going to be some sort of weird reason why they have to stay behind and to bring back the Fallen. And I think it's going to be this really sad moment, obviously. My hope would be it's just one of them, so we can keep another one for future MCU movies if possible.
If I want to keep one though, I want to keep Iron Man. I don't want Captain. I'm not a huge fan of Captain.
And me
America,
neither, yeah.
honestly. I'm just like, he's okay.
I love Cap. Like, it's weird because I was actually with you guys, like, when the first Captain America came out, I was like, he's kind of just like a bland character. But by the time, like, Winter Soldier came along and Civil War, like, I was all Captain America. Like, especially during Civil War, like, I was on Captain America's side with that. And, like, I don't know. I just love how he's become
But
the character.
do you remember
he is.
what happened in Winter Soldier?
What do you mean?
Why they were fighting?
Yeah, with Hydra and everything.
No, like, but why they're against each other?
Oh,
No,
Sokovia.
you're talking Civil War.
Civil War, yeah. Do you know why, like, Iron Man and Captain America were against each other?
Does
Like,
Sokovia-
were you
of
on?
course.
Were you on Captain America's
Yeah,
side?
that's what I was saying, yeah.
That's weird because I didn't remember this, but it's because Winter Soldier assassinated Tony Stark's parents.
Well, that he doesn't find out about that till the very end of the
But
movie.
yeah, that's something I totally forgot.
Well, yeah.
Like that he assassinates.
But that's
Stark,
not why they're
Martha
against each
Stark.
other. The reason why they're against each other is because of the Soviet Accords, and then the government wants to regulate the Avengers, basically.
Has
Captain America
Iron
doesn't
Man
want
seen
that.
Bucky since then?
No,
Because he was on Titan.
but
right?
I don't even think Iron Man's
Yeah.
seen Captain America.
Cap. That's
Because remember,
true.
he's
they
on
have-
Titan.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, that's
Iron
gonna be
Man's
so
on Titan.
cool.
Yeah, Civil War ended with, remember, Captain America releasing or freeing his team from that
Jail.
that
That-
jail
that,
or
like,
whatever,
yeah,
and
that
then he
boat.
had the whole like thing, apologizing to Tony or whatever. He's like, but deep down we're still friends, but he's like, I got to do what I got to do, essentially. Which I know a lot of people were kind of like, that's kind of a flawed thing, because really the roles should have been reversed for Captain America and Iron Man in Civil War, because that's how it is in the comic books, I think. But they decided to mix it up for the movies, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I was on Team Captain America for that, because I don't think... It's like, dude, the Avengers have saved you from aliens multiple times and from, like, Ultron.
Yeah.
Why would you...
And then the government's just like, they're bad.
They're a hazard.
That was kind of stupid, yeah.
No, but Iron Man, because it was that they thought it attracted danger, which is true, because it's kind of like the thing with Batman. Without Batman, there would be less crime. Because Batman causes more crime.
But it's not entirely true, because Loki came... even without knowing the Avengers.
But yeah,
existed.
What they're worried about is now they're attracting more, because Thanos came.
Thanos would have came either way, though.
Yeah,
Thanos did not come because of the Avengers.
But he came.
Thanos' whole goal the entire time has just been to wipe out half the universe.
But I think that the Avengers accelerated Thanos' plans, because Thanos, remember, was not gonna go himself. And it was after the Avengers kept beating his people, he was like, fine, I'll do it myself. And so he's the one that went and got all those stones. He would have done it much later.
But eventually, like we were saying, if all of his minions failed, like Ronan or whatever, he would have gone and done it himself.
Yeah, because he still had that stone.
Yeah, it was inevitable.
And then he took out Thor, and he got that other one, the power?
Yeah.
No, the Tesseract.
No, the first one he got was the purple one, because he got it from the planet from Guardians of the Galaxy. He went and destroyed it, and then took the... I
don't think that was the first one.
That was not the... Yeah, he did have the first one first, but that one just... It was there at the beginning.
But that's what he said, remember? Because like he has it in the beginning.
Well, no, because remember it shows him get the one from Guardians of the Galaxy. Remember, he goes to the Collector's place.
When he turns them into
that's
cubes.
To get the red one.
That's right, the Collector.
It doesn't matter. No,
there's two. There's another one.
Do you remember at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, the Guardians of the Galaxy give the purple stone within like the circle to that... whatever the people were that helped them.
Yeah, the Nova.
Like the military. Nova, yeah. Then Thanos says in the movie at the beginning, he's like, I had to go
So I wonder if that means John C. Reilly is dead.
Well, probably. They're probably wiped out.
Poor John C. Reilly. We didn't get to see more of him.
Yeah.
But,
with this being a 3-hour movie, though, I'm hoping they get some... Like, I want some fan service, first of all, because this is Endgame.
Yeah, there will be, for sure.
But, like, I want to see, at some point in this movie, every Avenger together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Instead of separated, like they were in
just one big shot.
One big shot with all of the Avengers, and then just like a shot behind Thanos.
I think
that would be so
that.
cool.
I think we have to get that, because I know in Infinity War, one of the very, very few complaints about it is that the stories are separated. You have like Iron Man and Doctor Strange in them, on that one planet, and then you have Captain America and the guys down on Earth. It's like, and then Thor and Rocket and Groot and with the Guardians. So it's like they're all in different places to where we never get that classic hero shot. Like one of my favorite shots of all time that's classic at this point is the very first Avengers around when it goes all of them, and then really in Ultron there's the awesome one when they're jumping, defending the thing, and it's showing them all through the air.
They haven't had one like
they didn't have
because
that.
There's more Avengers now. There's a ton more.
They didn't quite have that in Infinity War because they didn't have a moment where they were all together in the same place.
The most expensive shot in cinematic history,
dude. It's gonna, and they have to have it. I feel like they have to. I feel like that's a must.
If I think about it too, like I'm imagining how Endgame's gonna go. Think about it. Thanos isn't gonna go anywhere. Like Thanos is on his planet. He's where he wants to be. Farming and whatever.
They're gonna have to go
That's
to
what
him,
he wanted.
I think.
They gotta go to him. So I think they're all gonna meet up somehow.
Well, and
either there or before then, and then go.
Yeah, and Hasten
could have to do something with the quantum realm. I think.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I agree. I think that
the quantum realm's coming into play.
It's gonna be either Ant-Man has to help them through it, or they find out how to like bargain with Doctor Strange to like make them go into the Soul Stone.
Well, Doctor Strange is gone.
I mean, in the comics,
no, I know, but they learn
Marvel
how to
has time travel abilities. I think too. So it's like
I doubt they'll utilize that.
I hope
with her.
she doesn't come in though, and she's like the ultimate power
yeah,
defeats Thanos. Because I hope Thanos beats the crap out of her.
Yeah,
and then she has to work with.
Yeah, because then it would be stupid. Because it's like, why? Where was she all along?
Yeah,
it's like, why did they?
That's one of the biggest complaints I've heard about Captain Marvel. Is it's like, why didn't she come when?
If
I
she's
don't
all
want
powerful,
her to be like Superman in Justice League.
Yeah,
where he comes in and he just like.
Don't get me wrong. I think she should stay as powerful as she is, but I don't think that she should be any more powerful than any of the other Avengers. Because Vision was.
I think she should be the more powerful. I think she should be on par with like Thor.
Well, I do too. That's the thing is, I think because as powerful as an Avenger. Think about Vision. Vision was an Infinity Stone. He was more powerful than any Avenger. He could fly, shoot a laser. He was pretty much invincible.
Vision's dead
right?
now.
But he's dead now.
No, he's
right?
nothing.
That's what I mean. So Thanos can beat the best Avenger.
By the way, spoilers for Infinity War if you haven't seen it.
I feel like that's pretty
Yeah,
obvious.
this is pretty obvious.
We're talking about
Endgame
Endgame, you
predictions,
should know
but I just
spoilers.
want to say that going forward. If you somehow didn't
You're screwed already. We've already spoiled most of it.
One thing I was going to say, though, that Hasten pointed out that I, for some reason, forgot about is that Thanos is injured because Thor stabbed him with the axe.
Right.
And we see him on his farm, like, kind of holding
himself,
his chest or belly or whatever area it was. And, you know, I remember one thing.
Not only that, the Infinity Gauntlet.
It wasn't on. Yeah, it wasn't on.
Yeah, well, and one thing I was curious about that Hasten reminded me the answer for is I was like, it was a little weird that Thanos just decided to take off his armor in Infinity War. Like, at the very beginning of the movie, he takes off his armor and his helmet. And it was kind of like, I remember everyone was kind of like, that was a weird choice. And then it makes sense, though, because Hasten was bringing up he had the Infinity Gauntlet. He didn't need his armor. He was already powerful
And
enough.
not only that...
And then now that he's injured, he wears his armor for Endgame.
Yeah,
which is
I think
cool.
that was also because of the people with the comics. Because in the comics, it shows him putting his armor as like a scarecrow. Have you ever seen that shot?
Yeah,
It's
but
like in the
he's
comics,
mostly
he
in
puts
his armor for the comics, though.
Well, not when he has the gauntlet.
No,
right?
even when he has the
pretty
gauntlet.
similar.
Even when he has the gauntlet.
But yeah, has it showed that he has his armor now?
Yeah, in promotional material we've seen.
Well, because like if you think about it, remember after he snapped, it shows the gauntlet and it's all
all
burned up
jacked
and
up,
destroyed.
yeah.
I'm
But,
sure
I mean,
that
I'm sure the stones are good still,
but it's
though.
the gauntlet itself. Remember, was built
and
by Thor.
By the way, real
Thor's
quick
people,
too, I do want to
like
mention
the dwarves.
if you're trying to go radio silent for Endgame and not like. We're not going to discuss. I say any of like the latest.
or
like,
any leaks or
any
anything.
sort of thing that's big
That we've had spoiled.
Yeah,
for
that
us.
we've had spoiled for us.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about anything. You're not going to have to worry about Endgame spoilers. It's all predictions based. This is all theoretical. Everything we're going to talk about is our
This is
thoughts.
basically just what we think may happen, or what
with
has happened.
no necessarily like proof or
I
anything.
think something I want to mention is the people who are for sure completely dead, and I think that's Gamora and Vision, right?
I think Gamora's going to come back.
I actually think so too.
But the thing is I think she was the way to activate the Soul Stone because she fell all the way and
She was how to get the Soul Stone.
But the thing is, she didn't go into it. Like, she wasn't snapped and disappeared. She's still there. Her body, right?
Which is why I think it's going to be like...
It'd be hard to bring her back. It'd be different than the Soul Stone. Like, they
I think
couldn't
they could
go...
do it easy.
I don't think she's in the Soul Stone.
I mean, it
with
is this movie could literally do anything.
yeah,
But
it can.
really,
And-
like I think Marvel set this up so well with their contracts, all the like these contracts. This is the perfect scenario for Marvel. They're just like, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, they really
with
can.
This movie.
And
And they could do it too to shock us too.
What
Like,
sucks,
we really
though-
don't know what's gonna happen.
yeah, I really think that Gamora will come back only because, like, I
Do you
thought
think
she was
she's in the
dead.
Soul Stone, though? I don't think she's
No,
in
I
the
just
Soul
think she's
Stone.
gonna come back because the thing is, I was thinking about it. And,
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Like, well, there's Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and they don't necessarily need Gamora, but I just feel like it would be a really big gut punch if Gamora, you know, who's I would say the second biggest Guardian of the Galaxy, just is dead. Like, I think it would be
Well, I
cool
think
if they left her
Drax-
dead.
But
don't know.
I think if you think about
In
the
terms
main
of, in terms of
characters
popular, like Zoe Saldana is the second build actress for Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, it goes Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana. If you look at the poster, it's like, you know, and then Dave Bautista's like one of the last. You know, it's like and Dave Bautista. So.
Yeah.
But it would just be a little strange if she was just gone from the MCU altogether.
I agree, and I hope she's not. I don't know, but I feel like because Infinity War was crazy and what they've already done.
It's very much possible
They could
that
very possibly
everyone comes back.
end her because the thing is maybe they don't want that relief of Quill and her getting back together because remember they wanted to like be together and
Yeah, I feel like that's something they need though.
But that would be like a big gut punch, like you said, but
Yeah.
be a great character arc if he didn't.
I
He always
agree. I'm
remembers
just
her.
going off of what I think they.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I just don't see Marvel, like, as you were saying, that relationship has been set up over 2 movies now, and including Infinity War, you know, Gamora and Quill. And I just don't see the MCU, Disney, Marvel, like, being like, that's just done.
Granted,
by
though,
the
they
way.
did that with Vision and Witch.
But
Maybe.
we
Because-
still,
I mean,
Vision
Vision could
could
still
come
come
back
back.
too.
But Vision is dead.
He could come
Vision
back, though.
himself is dead because now he's
But
just
the thing
he's
you're
just Jarvis again.
The thing you're forgetting about, though, is we did at the very beginning of Infinity War get their whole relationship when they were eloping in that one place or whatever.
Well, right.
And then also
Yeah.
we're getting a TV show based on that.
But here's
a
the-
prequel show.
With Vision though, I think what the other thing they could do is everything that they extracted from him while they were fighting.
Yeah.
They
Is
could
fill up.
literally just be like, okay, he's
Put him in a
fine.
new body.
I
Put
think
him in a new body.
I think what they extracted was Jarvis. I think because Vision himself is dead, because Vision is a compilation of the Infinity Stone and Jarvis, right? He's two of those in one. Now the Infinity Stone's gone, so he's just Jarvis. I think what they
But
extracted
that's why I
was
think they
Jarvis.
extracted part of the Infinity Stone too.
They could have. I don't know
And
if that's possible.
Ultimately, though, this, as Hasten brought up, this is the MCU. They can do anything they wanted. If they wanted to, they could make up some dumb reason as to why he's back, right?
Right.
It's like, there was a part of the stone, like a tiny sliver that that Thanos left, and we put that in with it. It's like, there's a million things they could do to bring him back. I don't think there's any
they're going to bring.
100%
I think
dead.
Loki probably.
I think so too.
But there's the TV show.
I will say this, and this isn't spoilers. This was if you went radio silent on promotional material, this might be a tiny spoiler, but not really. But like there was the posters they released with the Fallen and then the people who were still alive, and Loki was on the Fallen.
As the Fallen, but he wasn't even part of the Fallen.
Yeah, he wasn't even part of the Fallen.
Which
He
is
didn't
strange.
get dusted. So that made me think like, are they gonna bring him back? Because
But he was
that'd
like
be a little
choked to
strange.
death.
He was choked to death. Yeah, he wasn't dusted.
Like, and the thing is this death was different than his fake death on Thor Dark World, because his Thor Dark World death was because of like his injuries, and he pretended to die on the planet. Like he wasn't choked to death and like suffocated.
Yeah. I would hope
We didn't
Loki's
see his
dead.
death on screen. Did
Yeah, we didn't.
Who, Loki's?
Loki's in Dark World.
Oh no, yeah, we saw his death on screen
In Infinity War, it was on screen, and we saw him like.
Loki's the one that I feel like would be kind of cheap if they brought.
It would be like, okay, you can't just bring it back
because
again.
Yeah, again, it's like I feel like that was a great death. That was a great surprise. Loki's had his time in the limelight. We've had multiple movies with him.
Well, have they announced that Loki's TV show is prequel?
No, they haven't announced if any of the TV shows are prequels or sequels yet. And I think they're waiting until
I'm guessing
Endgame.
most of them will be after. Or before, I mean.
I think before, too, because the WandaVision one, I'd imagine, has to be a prequel. If Vision is dead, that has to be a prequel.
Yeah.
And then
But I imagine that
Loki's dead, then that has to be a prequel.
Falcon and Winter Soldier's after. I'm imagining.
What if they do Wanda and Vision like right when they were in France, and it's just like a love dove thing?
That would
like a
suck.
romance
I'd be so pissed.
I'd actually kind of like that.
No!
Mix it up. Yeah, do something different.
We can have Vision.
This goes back to what we're talking about with like... one thing the MCU does really well is they explore different genres within their movies. There hasn't been a romantic Marvel movie.
Those two are like the most powerful
real
people.
Well,
They
no,
just have like it being like a.
They'll come up with something. They'll have some sort of like inciting incident that happens, but I think it would be actually kind of cool to have some sort of like rom-com-y story that also has like some nefarious.
It's like
happening.
Friends.
Yeah, exactly. But there's
But
something
it's
happening
Vision.
in the background. Yeah, but there's like,
And he's just trying to
Hydra.
pretend like he doesn't have an Infinity Stone in his forehead. Like,
Well, when he becomes his character, he doesn't.
but
Yeah,
remember,
so-
because it'll reveal itself. Remember, even on the start where he's like human, she like goes up and touches him, and the Infinity Stone pops out like, or whatever. So I don't know. I hope that they don't. For me, I hope they don't bring back Vision. I think he's the only one that is in.
I don't feel like I got enough of the character.
Me too. I
No,
agree.
but the thing is,
And I really enjoy it.
Don't-
Like his powers just seem cool to me.
well, don't get me wrong, because like,
And I love Paul Bettany, the guy who plays him.
but for example, I don't want them to bring back Vision, but I want them to bring back Jarvis, because Jarvis is Vision. It's his personality, right? Just without the Infinity Stone. I think he'll be in the computer. Like, it'll show the scene where he goes back up and there's the computer and he's like, I'm back, I'm still here. And then they'll revive him without the Infinity Stone. Where
Dude,
he doesn't require the stone to be alive.
This is one thing that's so cool about the MCU. Like, who would have predicted that in the very first Iron Man, this Jarvis AI character we were hearing constantly would eventually become Vision,
plot, like a
a
plot of
huge
Infinity War.
character and like a real character. Like, what the heck? That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And by the way, just a quick side
Is
note,
Vision
I
in the
loved-
Fallen poster?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, which is also weird. Wait, I don't know if he is. He might be. But it is weird that Loki's on there nonetheless.
Because his, like,
he
lifeless
wasn't.
body is still in the forest.
Yeah. But, like, I loved that scene in Infinity War when she has to kill Vision and he's just like, I love you or whatever. And he's like,
Oh my
crying.
gosh,
Like,
yeah.
that
it was
scene made me
goosebumps,
bawl,
dude. She's, like,
dude.
doing her powers.
That was
but
so
I
awesome.
love how it gets interrupted by Thanos.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. And then he grabs and he's like...
Well, I love
I
how
like
he
how
just,
he just twists back
yeah,
time.
twist back time. Yeah, they think they
thought
did
they
it.
won.
Yeah.
And we're good, and like everyone in the theater was just like, "Yeah, we won."
Yeah.
And then it's just like, boom,
When it's funny because it even
and then he
shows...
basically just like snaps.
It even shows Thanos almost kind of feel some emotion, like, oh, these poor guys. He's almost like, well, and then he just
like he just ripped the life out of everyone in the theater. It was a
that was one of the big like
holy
moments.
cow.
I think there should have been like I understand why they did it plot wise, having Thor injure Thanos so he'll be injured for Endgame, but it is one of those things that's kind of plot holy, but not really. But it's just like, why didn't Thor go for the head?
But
like,
why would he though?
That seemed cool
because remember, because look, he's like jumping at Thanos like from really far away, and he's trying to catch his.
But if you know
thing.
someone has the Infinity Gauntlet, right, and you see them from afar, it's like you have to be like, I got to go for this dude's head because he can literally turn back time.
He can just snap his finger and everyone's dead.
Yeah, he like all he has to do is snap. Like if I don't go for his head, he can still move
or his arm.
body.
Like
yeah, go cut off.
Like
his
how it
arm
should
or
have
something.
ended.
Yeah, slice off the arm and then take the Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, not that it's like a huge big deal, but it is one of those things that I wonder if it would have been a little better to have Thor not show up till after Thanos had already snapped or something, and then maybe Captain America injures him somehow by like, I don't know, stabbing.
I don't know. I think Thor had to
worked
injure him.
Yeah.
Just because like
power wise.
like if you have Captain America injure him,
It wouldn't make
like,
much
what the
sense.
heck?
Yeah.
Whereas,
True.
like, in this next one, I think it's going to be... We're going to see the Hulk, which I'm so pumped for, because Hulk's my favorite character, and I think we're actually going to get to see him.
Hopefully.
If they don't...
Just have him the Hulkbuster again.
I'm going to be so pissed.
They can't for this one. They can't. There's no way. Dude, that is one thing I did not like about Infinity War that much, is how Hulk was stuck in the...
No!
Like, what was the
you
point of
idiot.
that? I hope they answer why that was a thing, because, like, why did suddenly Hulk not want to come out? Like, why? What was the reasoning?
Because Banner used the Hulk.
Yeah,
So,
like 2 months.
And Hulk was like, no. Which is why I think like these two being connected, it's going to create... You have to watch Planet Hulk, like I said. I think the next movie for Hulk is going to be like a Planet Hulk thing.
And they just abandoned Banner altogether, kind of. That'd be cool. I kind of
It'd
wish
be
they'd go
Hulk
that
as
direction.
an actual character.
Instead of it
Those two
being
combined.
Banner as the character and then Hulk as the alter ego. That would be cool, and I think they should go that direction because I don't. I like Mark Ruffalo as an actor, but I don't love him as Hulk necessarily. Like he's okay, but it would be cool to see just Hulk as the Hulk, for most of a movie instead
Like
of
Thor. Thor
yeah,
Ragnarok, he
yeah,
was most.
yeah, and he
most.
was good. He was fine.
Yeah.
Like it works. He works as that kind of character. So I think it'd be cool to have like another Thor Ragnarok type movie, and this time maybe have Thor be the sidekick or whatever to Hulk or something. But one thing I was wondering and thinking is, what do you think the odds are that the original Avengers, because this is one of the predictions I had, or one of the thoughts I had, that all of the original Avengers, all the people that are still living, have to sacrifice themselves, and they all die for the Fallen.
0%.
You think so?
I think you have Scarlet Witch. She's gonna have a movie.
Yeah.
I guess they could do a prequel.
Yeah, they have the TV show.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there's a chance that's gonna happen. I mean, not everyone. You know what I mean? Because you need Groot.
Well, Groot's already dusted. You mean Rocket? Because Rocket's still alive. But
Yeah, Rocket.
Groot's
I
dusted.
meant
yeah.
Rocket, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know, though. That's where I'm thinking maybe that's the big surprise.
You can't get rid of Hulk, Thor, Iron Man,
I don't know.
Captain America.
Because this is what I was thinking with it.
I mean, I understand they're bringing in a new age, but you gotta have some of the old age in there.
Yeah. I mean, part of me agrees with you. Like, I think ultimately they won't do that, like, if I'm realistically predicting here. But the other part of me thinks, what would be a bigger surprise?
Man, if they did
than
that, though, I would
actually
be shocked.
Yeah, that would be a big surprise.
That'd be like a shock of Infinity War. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Killed everyone, and then it's like, oh, like literally they killed everyone.
Because the entire time, as soon as Infinity War ended, right, we were all like, that was crazy. But we were
knew-
all like,
we're like,
they're going to
they're
come
coming
back.
back.
They have to, because they already have movies
It's like
planned.
Black Panther. You can't kill Black. You showed him for one movie, and he was a huge success.
And everyone loved him. Like, and Spider-Man has only had one movie, and you already killed him. Like,
And it's got a second one right now.
yeah,
already,
and it's coming out 2 months after Infinity War or Endgame. It's like, we knew it wasn't going to happen. So what if they were like, well, guess what? F you guys didn't see this coming because we actually are going to kill the entire original Avengers
ones you
cast.
love,
The
we're
ones you
gonna
loved.
kill.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have to deal with new.
We're going to give
characters.
them one last Avengers movie, one last team up movie to save the Fallen. I think that would be really
It would be
cool.
really cool, and it would give it a 10 out of 10 for me probably. Like,
Yeah, that would be
because
insane.
I'd be like, wow, I didn't think Marvel would do it.
That
Just
would
like I
be-
didn't think they'd do the snap.
Yeah, exactly. That would be such a ballsy move. I can't imagine them actually doing it, but Then if they wanted to, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they could do like an Elseworlds kind of storyline or like a multiverse thing where they have more Thor movies, but it's just in a different universe. Yeah, it's like a different Thor. Or like it could even be Chris Hemsworth, but it's just from another dimension or something like that. Like another.
The way these superhero movies, like I said, you could do anything.
Yeah.
You want. So there's so many ways to twist everything.
Yeah, and so I actually think that would be really cool if they kill them all. Because if you think about it, then it's like I feel like they left the originals for a reason. It's the original Avengers plus, I think, Rocket, Scarlet Witch, and Michonne from Walking Dead.
Yeah, she's still there. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's there, and so
Hawkeye's there, which he's original.
Which he's an original.
Ant-Man,
that's true. I think
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. I think Captain Marvel will be fine. I don't think anything's gonna happen.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, but I could see if you minus Captain Marvel, I could see all the others theoretically disappearing. Because if you think about it, let's go through them. Ant-Man. They set up the Wasp. The Wasp has been set up in the last movie that she could take over the Ant-Man franchise. Ant-Man could be gone. There's Michonne. Michonne is totally expendable.
She could be gone.
She could totally be gone, I feel like. And then Rocket is, while he's a great character, I could see him going.
I just think that you can't have Gamora gone and Rocket gone.
That's why I think Gamora would come back.
Yeah.
I think they'd bring back Gamora and then Rocket would maybe bite the dust.
I just love Rocket's humor, so
I do too.
I don't think it'd be like a Guardians without Rocket.
It would be a tough loss, but once again, that would be why this would be so epic and crazy. Who was the other one we named from? Oh, Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is another one that's kind of like, I don't feel like we've had enough time with her character, but if maybe they did a thing where her and Vision die, there's some sort of weird like Elseworld afterlife thing where they have their own storyline or something like that. They could go crazy with it.
And I think that's the beauty of the MCU is that anything is possible, really.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no limits to the power. But the sad truth is like I honestly think none of it matters of what happened in Infinity War up to a point. Because my legit theory that everyone hates is where it is just all one of Doctor Strange's simulations.
No way.
I'd be so
can't
pissed.
do that.
I almost 100%.
I will be angry at the movie.
People
if they
will
do
be
that.
pissed
because like
They can't.
Doctor Strange specifically is like, and he's like 43 million and only one we succeed.
It's gonna be that.
How?
One, though.
Why? I bet they're in that one, or they're not in one of the ones that they succeed. And then it'll go back and it'll show what they have to do to succeed.
Here, I will say
That's
this
why
with that prediction.
That's why he gave Thanos the Infinity Stone because he knew this was the one they failed.
Well, yeah, that's why he gave himself up. That's why he knew, because Doctor Strange is the key to knowing how to do it.
Yeah.
But what I think from your prediction, there's no way they'll do that to end the movie. Like have it be one of.
I don't think it'll be
Doctor
the end
Strange's
of the movie.
It's
But
a simulation.
No,
yeah.
Everyone's alive.
It will not be to
stupid.
end the movie. I
But-
think it'll be to start the movie.
Well, I'll say this. I think it is possible that we get to see some of Doctor Strange's visions, like perhaps the very end of the movie. I think the climax is going to be Iron Man, all of them, they're going up to face Thanos, and all of a sudden he's just going to kill them all in a few seconds, and everyone's going to be like, what the frick? And all of a sudden it's going to go back, and it's going to show Doctor Strange just rewinding that one part, show another version of how they did it, get killed again,
think about
and
it.
then it's going to show like it's going to.
So they're literally going to do Doctor Strange's movie over again.
I think,
and it's going to show like not a million, but it's going to do like a quick montage of a whole bunch of the possible options, and then it's going to show.
But you
the right
have to
one
remember
where
he
they do
can't
it.
do that because he doesn't have the stone anymore.
Well, he's not
dead.
there. I know it's movie magic. It's just movie. It's a movie technique to show like
but
this
also,
is what could have happened.
as well, I think that I think Iron Man 3, I believe. Remember, Iron Man has the visions and he kept because the whole point of the movie is he's having like PTSD from New York. Mm-hmm. But remember, he has the vision where he sees Cap's shield like all destroyed and then Thor's hammer.
That was
or
Age
something.
of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was like a vision. I think that might come to fruition. Right?
Well, I think that was all set up in Age of Ultron though, and kind of concluded in Age of Ultron. Because here's the thing with Iron Man is he's had a few storylines that they've kind of just abandoned. Like literally, Iron Man 3 ends with him being like, "I'm hanging up the mantle, like I'm done."
He gets the things taken out,
takes
and now
it,
he's
gets
just
it.
like,
and then they didn't even address that. And the next
They
movie
did
had
in
it
the
again, right?
Infinity War. They addressed it though.
But he came back as Iron Man. Like he went back on what he was saying. Because like Iron Man 3 literally ends with him saying like, "I'm done."
Iron Man 3 is
or something
before
like
Age
that.
of Ultron though.
Before Age of Ultron. Yeah, I think so.
Because in Age of Ultron, I think it probably mentions it.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure there's
Where
an
he's
answer
like, I gotta
for
come
it.
out of retirement.
I'm sure there's an answer for it, but it's still one of those weird things that was like, I think at that time Robert Downey Jr.'s contract expired or something, and then everyone was like, we want.
I
more
forget.
Iron Man,
Did
and
they
paid him or
take
something.
the power that Iron Man's wife has out of her. Remember how she has the
Gwyneth
fire power?
Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
That is a weird thing.
That was
Pepper
such a
Potts
random-
has powers, and we haven't seen them since.
Well, I thought they
That is something they
didn't
did,
they
didn't
extract
they?
it from
I
her?
forgot about that.
yeah.
Didn't they extract it from her or something, or is it still in?
I
I
there?
don't
don't
remember them
think
doing
so.
anything with her.
No.
'Cause
Remember-
like they showed her, and then it's like we haven't heard anything since.
She was
Yeah,
like
we-
infected, and she like.
I think
had
the last time we saw Pepper Potts before Infinity War was Iron Man 3, which is crazy.
We saw her. Yeah.
Because what was the other one before that?
In Age of Ultron, it
Because
shows
we
them.
didn't see her in Civil War,
Wasn't
right?
she in Spider-Man?
She was in Spider-Man at the very end.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
and it shows them in Age of Ultron when they're like up in the tower and they're like deciding what they're gonna build.
Was she in Age of Ultron?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure positive.
I mean, it's possible, yeah. But all I know is she hasn't been in it that much.
She hasn't been very
since
prominent
Iron Man
since 3, because in 3 she was a very prominent character.
Yeah, and
She was arguably the second.
one thing we haven't mentioned or talked about is it sounds
kid.
like Iron Man's gonna have a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Iron Kid.
Iron Kid. Yeah, how was that
Iron
set up
Boy.
again in Infinity War?
no,
Wasn't
so-
he's like, I saw us having a kid. He saw a vision. Or
Yeah,
something.
and then she's like, "Oh well," and she doesn't get time to answer because then he gets talked
Strange
to by
comes in.
I think Doctor Strange. But then when he
Or
flies up,
Squidward shows up.
yeah,
Yeah.
he flies up to the circle, and then she's like, "Don't tell me you're up there," and she's like, "You have to come back now," probably because she was gonna tell him I'm pregnant, and he's like, I'm sorry," and then loses connection. So she never had a time to tell him that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you she's for sure pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I think we don't know if she got dusted either. That's another plot point.
That's
don't know
true.
about
We don't
yet.
know. Yeah.
We don't
So-
know if Wong got dusted either.
Oh,
Doctor
I think
Strange's buddy?
Wong is safe. I have to imagine.
And then
'Cause-
he could he couldn't reverse time though.
But
But he
granted-
has all Strange's powers.
all,
Yeah.
and not only that, but he has all the artifacts in
Yeah.
the place, which I'm sure
True.
there's more that are powerful.
Yeah, and going back to the whole
Wong.
Iron Man thing, I tell you what if I bet you Pepper Potts is dusted, because how much more motivation would that give Tony Stark,
Stark.
Oh,
to
man.
sacrifice
They
himself?
dust her, and the baby.
And the baby.
Yeah, he has this, and that
Or
was
no, the
so
baby
cool.
doesn't get dusted. And it's like,
Oh my god.
But that would actually be awesome though if he did have to sacrifice himself to save his wife.
it'd be
and
just like an
his
embryo,
kid.
though.
Are they married, by the way? Do we know?
Yeah, they're
I think
married.
They are, yeah.
Because there was something at the end of Homecoming, right, where they're
I'm pretty
like-
positive they're married.
I don't
think
know
they are.
if they ever really addressed that. I think at the end of Homecoming they say something about it, like they're proposed. Or
Oh yeah,
engaged
somebody
or
says
something.
congratulations on the marriage.
Or congratulations on getting engaged or
I
something.
think it's Happy. says
Yeah.
it. Which what happened to Happy? Is Happy
Is
still
Happy
around?
dusted? That's the real
because
question.
because
What's-
Happy was
Well, Happy's in the trailers for
Uh,
Spider-Man.
which,
so.
dude, I still think that was the dumbest thing for them to do.
But we
So
still don't know if
trailers for-
Spider-Man's prequel or after.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, true, but it's still.
I feel like
I
it's-
still think it's dumb. that they
Yeah, and
showed
I still
trailers
think
for it.
it's because they said it's the last movie of the quarter.
Yeah,
Or
or the phase.
The phase, yeah,
3,
which that's
which is
news,
super
actually,
weird.
we
Yeah,
got.
they announced
That's
I
the
think today or yesterday.
Instead of
Spider-Man's the last of the three?
Yeah.
instead of
Why?
Endgame,
I know, isn't that stupid?
instead of Endgame being the last of the phase,
it's gonna be
Spider-Man.
Far From Home, which seems super stupid. Which makes
You
me
need to
think,
end it on this and
Yeah.
then start it with Spider-Man Far From Home.
for exactly. Yeah,
Because if you're going to start a new generation, I guess we still don't know what's going to happen, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you're going to start a new generation, start it with the biggest.
with Spider-Man, yeah, it's so dumb. You can't end Phase 3. So that means, the Infinity Saga, as they've been calling this since very first Iron Man, the last movie of it will be Spider-Man 2. That's dumb. I'm
That's way
sorry.
dumb.
Like, it would have been perfect to start with Iron Man, end with Endgame.
And granted, how
End
cool
with Endgame.
Far From Home looks great, but like it's not like it has to do with anything in the
Exactly.
Infinity.
Maybe,
Like, it's
maybe.
about, but it's
It could,
about
I guess.
True.
It's
But-
Mysterio and what we think is Sandman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Far
I don't
From
think
Home-
it's Sandman because he's got, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
don't
weird
know for
character.
sure.
The big like.
It's not
entity.
made of sand though. It's water.
It's like a form. It's like
I
a
don't know.
sand combination, though.
Yeah.
It looks like almost like ocean.
I would. My bet's it's Sandman. I bet you it's just a cameo role. I bet you Sandman shows up for the defeats.
Well, I
him
bet there's
last.
like a ton of monsters from the Spider-Man universe that like will appear, and Spider-Man's like taking them out. Because remember, it's like a
Maybe.
quick succession, but then he goes on vacation to London or something.
Yeah,
That's
well,
where
he's
Mysterio
in
shows up.
London though. I think.
Yeah,
Sandman.
the whole. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Because he's on the bridge, the London Bridge.
Yeah, and Jake Gyllenhaal shows up and like, you don't want any part of this or whatever, and then
Mm-hmm.
starts. Which I really hope Far From Home is a prequel and it's set before. It's like
Me too.
Maybe set right after Homecoming or something.
Yeah, and he's going on like graduation. Or
Yeah, like that would be cool. But
Well, and I
my
hope that
fear
they-
is that it is after Endgame, and I'm sure they'll address it. I'm sure they'll figure it out. But it just seems like such a weird movie to have after Endgame.
Well, and I really hope they
Judging from the trailers,
I hope they do Mysterio right, because Mysterio is one of the bigger
Oh my
Spider-Man
gosh,
villains.
Mysterio is one of my favorites.
I think he's up
MCU
there
or
on par
Marvel
with Green
villains.
Goblin and like
I wouldn't say he's as
Kingpin.
known as Green Goblin.
Well, no, I
or
think
not,
like
but
as far as like power and like the most.
Mysterio's super powerful. He's
Yeah.
insane. He's really.
Because
cool.
remember, I think in the game he has the power to like make you see dreams and stuff and make you go into like other worlds and
I don't know exactly. how his powers
almost like
work,
the
but-
red stone. where you
Yeah,
can-
I don't know exactly how his powers work, but he could definitely play a role in. He has to be from some sort of other
What
space
if
or something
he
like,
like brings back like Iron Man? He's like, I'm gonna bring back Iron Man.
that.
Magic.
Which, dude, that's another thing that we haven't addressed is that the Far From Home trailer doesn't have Robert Downey Jr., who played a pretty big role in Spider-Man's
'Cause he's dead.
thing. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, is that another thing they're already like showing? Like, guess what? Robert Downey Jr. is dead because he's not in the trailer. Like, I just think that was such a dumb move to show that trailer, whether it's a prequel or not.
And
since
all
they
of his
haven't answered it.
classmates are there.
Yeah,
Nobody
exactly.
He didn't get dusted.
Yeah, nobody
None of
got
them got
dusted.
dusted.
Yeah.
And it's like the world's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's a prequel.
It has to be. But the thing is, if it was a prequel, I don't know why they wouldn't just say that. You
or
know?
why they
Like,
wouldn't? Why would they end the phase with a prequel?
Yeah, and why would?
Seems
Yeah,
kinda
that's so dumb. Like, why wouldn't they? If it was a
Maybe
prequel,
it's
why
set,
would
like,
they come out and just be like, it's a prequel?
4 years
Right before.
after.
I mean, he's on a bus
That's a
going
good point.
away.
Could be set like a few years after, like when things have kind of gone back to normal. Mm-hmm. That's
Because
possible.
in Infinity War, he is still in New York.
But then it'll.
He literally just goes.
But
and
then
starts
it'll
fighting
prove that Thanos didn't win and that the Avengers do stop him. Which it would have been like. Of course, that's pretty obvious. Like the
Yeah.
heroes are gonna win. But then it's like
Maybe.
it's almost like
I really don't know.
that'd be a big move if
Well,
they
this-
end it with
what
Thanos.
me and Hasten
winning.
were talking about is like how cool would it be if the original Avengers actually died,
Yeah.
like all of them. And-
I don't think Thor is because he signed his he continued his contract.
Well,
I don't
not
think it's
necessarily. That's the thing, though, is we were talking about.
They
with
could
that.
they could do anything.
Yeah, they could bring him back as like an Elseworlds thing or a multiverse thing where he's in another dimension. It's a different Thor. It's a different world, a universe.
There's so many stories to tell.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could
That's
do.
true.
I hope they start doing stuff with like I hope Captain America dies. And then they do stuff in the future where they do a Captain America Hydra movie, and it's about Captain America if he became a member of Hydra. Instead, it's about Chris Evans as a bad Captain America. Do you know how cool that'd be?
Yeah.
Just as like this multiverse what if scenario. Because they did announce on the Disney Plus streaming service one of the Marvel series is going to be called What If, which is about like I think it's animated, which is a little too bad, but it's going to be about MCU stories of what if. Like the very first episode is what if Peggy Carter got the serum instead of Captain America or something like that. Super soldier. But like,
That'd be crazy.
there's gonna be like a bunch of episodes like that. Like, what if Thor was a bad guy or something? Like, those are cool. Those are cool ideas.
I really wish they would have announced Far From Home, and because I think it's cool, right? Even though Spider-Man was dusted, they could have announced Far From Home and not shown any sort of trailer. They could have done really like weird trailers where it's like, oh, we don't know until Endgame comes out, and then they could start releasing official stuff. And because like that bothers me, because even though we know the heroes are gonna win, it's still like a, oh well, that's dumb. Like now we know for sure that they're gonna win.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's interesting too. So I was thinking about it. So after if Far From Home is the end of Phase 3, which is really stupid, but if it is going forward, the movies we know we have confirmed but don't necessarily have release dates yet are Black Panther 2,
Dusted.
who was dusted.
It was dusted. Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Dusted.
Dusted. All of them, I think. Besides
one.
Rocket Raccoon.
A Black Widow movie.
Dusted. Oh wait, no.
She's still alive,
Dusted's
but
alive.
I bet you that'll have to be a prequel. I bet because I mean, unless it's set after.
I hope it's her adventures when she met Hawkeye and stuff, and when she was like an agent.
So these are the unconfirmed release dates, but Marvel has, from what I understand from this website,
this Phase 4?
they're saying these are Marvel Cinematic Universe movies that are confirmed release dates, but they don't know which movie it's going to be. They're like, these are release dates for an MCU movie. So going forward, we have Far From Home, which is a couple months after, Black Widow, which is November 6th, 2020.
2020.
Yeah, that seems like way too long of a break. There has to be something in between there, right?
Oh yeah.
There's Spider-Man,
Could
and
be
then
just-
we go to
It could be that thing though. It's like break.
Yeah, but once again, like that would be so dumb.
I doubt
if they
it.
Didn't do it with Endgame, and
And
then
I think
random Spider-Man movie.
yeah, I think there's going to be something. I mean,
And then February 12th,
That's
2021.
DC's time to strike though. If it's,
That's true. Black Panther 2. The Eternals, May 7th,
I'm excited for that.
2021. Apparently,
That's
Angelina
X-Men,
Jolie
right?
signed on to that. No.
seems really cool. The Eternals are like they're big characters. Like they're powerful characters.
Yeah. Doctor Strange 2, November 5th, 2021.
Dusted.
Shang-Chi, February 18th, 2022. I'm pretty sure he's MCU. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 6th, 2022. These are all unconfirmed.
Yeah, and
that got delayed big time.
Yeah.
And then an untitled Marvel movie, July 29th, 2022, and that's what we have so far.
Yeah.
But it is weird to me that Doctor Strange hasn't had a sequel yet. His original one was 2016.
Well,
right?
do you think that Avengers are technically ending, but do you think that they'll continue Avengers title movies?
Oh yeah,
Where
I'd
it's
have
like
to imagine. It has such a
Avengers-
great brand recognition name.
Where now it becomes, instead of the old guys. It's
Well, the thing is, the Avengers isn't like certain character. Like I
It
said,
could
the
be
Avengers is literally everywhere.
Right, right. But I just mean, like, do you think they would just continue on and
Yeah.
they wouldn't like make it known that it's new?
I mean, it is possible that if Disney wants to, they could try to mix it up to, I guess, for the sake of the audience. Because here's the thing: general consumer audience doesn't understand things that every single people like us do. We follow this kind of news, so we know what's up a bit more. But your general consumers might not know. They might be like, how's it the Avengers if Iron Man's not in it? You know, they might not understand that it's like, well, they all can be Avengers. And so maybe they might rebrand it as something else, like these are the blah blah blahs, you know, the Legion of Justice or something, you know, or something weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I doubt they do that.
X-Force.
Yeah, X-Force or this is the Justice League.
I hope that all these,
like,
you know,
what?
how you said there's like the plot hole or like the without movies and like there's a big break. They'll probably just try to do something with like X-Men or like Fantastic Four now that they own them all.
I was gonna actually bring that up. I totally forgot that. What do you guys think the odds are of there being any sort of X-Men tease in Endgame?
I think at the very end credit scene, I think there's going to be something.
You think there will be?
Very end credit scene, there's going to be like a Deadpool or a X-Men something.
I don't,
Like, I think
I don't know about
maybe
Endgame.
they'll tease something with Dark Phoenix or
Maybe not
I don't know.
Endgame.
I don't
Maybe
think
Far
they
From
tease
Home.
anything Dark Phoenix wise, because I think Dark Phoenix isn't going to be connected at all. I think Dark Phoenix and X-Force are going to be the two last, because they've already been filmed and stuff like that. I think they're going to be the very two last 20th Century Fox released
in that
Marvel
universe
movies that are in that universe, aren't connected to Disney
What
at all.
sucks is
I
I
think
think
Disney's
as much as
gonna
I
reboot
love
it.
Michael Fassbender and stuff.
Yeah, I think they're going to reboot
I
it.
think they're gonna reboot it. I doubt they're gonna keep the
I
same.
think they
if
kinda
they
have
did,
to.
it'd be sick. But no,
I think
there's
it'd
no way.
be awesome if they kept
Because they're not gonna they're not gonna want such a dark universe. Because
Well,
the
and
X-Men
just-
universe is very dark.
and it would be super confusing.
Well, I mean,
too.
it's not as dark as the one we're in right now because half the people are dead.
But I mean, as far as like scenes
In
and
terms
shots,
of-
like
well,
there's the part in
every
the
X-Men
nearest
movie
one.
too has an F word too. Which,
Yeah, well, and there's in the most recent one, I think Apocalypse, where Michael Fassbender's with his family.
I really
and
wish
they get
Disney would
killed in front of
cool
him.
down on that.
Cool down
because
on
if
it,
you're gonna
yeah.
make a Deadpool, it needs to be rated R.
exactly, yeah.
Or a Wolverine should be rated R.
But the thing is
or-
they might.
That's the one
still,
thing I am
but
worried
they'll
about,
they'll
Disney
brand
getting
it. They'll
the
brand
Fox
it
movies.
under 21st Century Fox because
think
they
they
still
will.
own 21st Century.
Yeah, that's the thing is
21st
it's
Century.
it's up in the air, and also some people are wondering. I don't think this is true necessarily, but some people are wondering if the whole reason why they did Once Upon a Deadpool last year was to test out what people would think of a PG-13 Deadpool. And from what I understand, it just didn't do the movie justice. Like, it was still fine, but it just didn't do, it's not nearly as good as the regular Deadpool 2. So, yeah, I hope Disney cools down on that too, because that is a worry of mine of them getting
And on their
the Fox
streaming service, they already
licenses.
said no rated R movies.
Yeah, which is
So you
dumb.
own the Predator license and Aliens license, and
not
you're not
gonna
going to put
have
any of that on your
That's-
service.
yeah.
But granted, though, I feel like Disney will just keep the 21st Century license.
Well, they are. They did
Because,
confirm
like,
that they will be using.
Disney still has
the
a thing called
still.
Touchstone, right?
Yeah.
They use Touchstone to do more mature
More
movies.
mature
and-
movies.
So 21st Century Fox now, because they're not gonna just drop the Alien, the Predator, all these big time movies that they own now. There's no
Also,
way they're just gonna
It would be a little sad to never see the 20th Century Fox logo
again.
opening
Dun,
again.
dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun, dun,
even
dun.
if they
It's
had
so
to have
classic.
Tinkerbell flying over it.
Yeah, they gotta. I feel like they're gonna keep it, and once again, it'll just say a Walt Disney Company in super small letters down below.
Hilarious. It's literally friggin'
Simpsons, yeah, they own everything. Yep. But I think that would be the best course of action is with Deadpool specifically. It'll be in the MCU, but it will be its own. It won't have the Disney banner or the MCU banner. It'll just be 20th Century Fox. But guess what? Iron Man can show up in it. If he
Well, and I really hope
wants.
that Disney reboots the Fantastic Four and actually makes it good.
Yeah, that
Because
too.
Fantastic Four, are
They
big
have
time.
cool characters too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Like the Thing.
The
That's
Thing.
really cool.
You got Mr. Flame,
Mr. Flame.
Captain America.
Invisible Woman.
Invisible Woman.
And then Mr. Fantastic. Have you guys heard the joke about that?
No.
It's like everyone's just like the Thing, Invisible Woman,
Fire
guy, and then it's like Mr. Fantastic.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, really?
He's the only one that it's not
He's
like
the
it's
one
not
that-
like Stretchy Man. It's like Mr. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Dude, I really want the casting that people have been bringing up of John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic and Emily Blunt as the Invisible Woman.
That'd be
That'd be
perfect.
perfect. They would literally be perfect for those
They should
roles.
do Dave Bautista as the Thing.
Yeah.
Just bring him back again.
Or
like,
Dwayne
just two
Johnson
roles.
is the Thing. Dwayne Johnson's not in the MCU.
You know who
'cause
actually
he's,
would make
he's
a-
Black Shazam.
Well,
You know who
I don't know if
actually
any of
would be
those would
good?
work because I mean the thing.
Black
I
Adam.
mean, all you need is a voice.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you know
Like
who
they could do
I-
Vin Diesel.
I think they should
Vin
do
Diesel's Groot.
Yeah, Vin Diesel's Groot. I think John Cena. I think John
John
Cena would be a
Cena!
good thing because John Cena's
But
such
have
a
you s-
cheesy actor. That's what I mean. Is that's why it would be perfect. Is think about it. Also, here's the thing: some of these guys, who would have thought Dave Bautista could be so good in a movie? I think Disney.
Well,
could
you even
maybe
look
do
at like
same
The
thing with John
Rock. The
Cena.
Rock in Tooth Fairy kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He got better.
He gets better. Like
You have
I
to
think-
get used to the
I think
acting.
Disney could work with John Cena as the Thing, especially because the Thing is just a dumb rock guy. Like, why not? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I wonder who they'd have play Mr. Flame. Would be
Michael
they
B.
could do
Jordan
anyone.
was so good with it for that role. It's kind of too bad.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
And Chris Evans played the first one. So
Will Smith.
Will Smith would be
That'd be
cool.
cool.
Really, you could do anyone because they've done a white Mr.
They've done
Flame
a white
and a
one,
black
black
one. So
one, yeah.
it could literally
You
be
could do it
anyone.
even Mrs. Flame.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no.
Gender swap the entire cast.
The entire
but
cast, and then it's Mr. Invisible.
Who do you guys think? So I am curious. Like after Endgame. Oh, by the way, I was gonna bring this up. I totally forgot. Kevin Feige confirmed. I think a week or so ago, that somebody asked him. They were like, "So with the X-Men now, when do you guys plan to start developing X-Men movies?" And he said, "It's not a part of our Phase 4 as of right now." He said, "So you're looking at around 5 years." Which, do you guys believe that? Because I don't necessarily believe it.
I do. I mean, they just got the license.
What I think
doubt
is
they're gonna...
what I think is true is that they don't have a plan yet.
Yeah.
But I think it's true is also they can make a movie within
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, I agree, and
That's
I also
gonna kinda
think
It's
start wrapping
Disney,
it in there.
Yeah,
I don't think
They don't
there's-
have to like suddenly make it the big end of phase 4, or phase 5, phase 4.
Phase
sorry.
4, yeah.
But and then like in phase 5 they're full on in there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a good point, and that's what I think too. I feel like he's being a little coy because they could totally. I don't know how in the next 5 years they don't tease the X-Men at all. Like
Oh,
I
be a
bet you there
teaser,
has to be
something.
in Doctor Strange 2 or something like that. Like all of a sudden Wolverine shows up or Cyclops shows up as a side character. Like I don't think they'll have
Who
their
was it?
own
It was,
movie yet.
One of these movies was supposed to have it was big because it was supposed to have Black Adam and
Shazam?
It's Shazam. It's DC. Never mind.
Yeah, DC. But Dwayne Johnson will be playing Black Adam, which is really cool actually.
Yeah, but it's
They
supposed
can
to
keep
be
that
and
going.
like Superman, Black Adam, and like Captain Marvel.
But Black Adam was
be,
in
like, the same
Shazam,
movie.
right?
Oh really?
Yeah, so it's supposed to be huge.
Black Adam was in Shazam, right?
No.
It was like a surprise that Dwayne Johnson came.
No.
No, he wasn't.
No. Oh wait, spoilers, I guess, but no.
He's not in it.
Spoilers for Shazam. No, Dwayne Johnson's not in Shazam.
Really?
He doesn't
They don't
ever
show
come out.
him.
Nope.
No,
Oh.
no. But he is confirmed to be playing the villain. So for the next one, or he's supposed to get his own movie first, which is weird. But I think that it's extremely likely we'll get an X-Men tease in the next 5 years in one of the movies. Heck, I think maybe even as early as Far From Home. Maybe not, but I think the movie after Far From Home will have some sort of X-Men tease.
Yep.
Because you got those characters, like you got to take advantage.
You gotta
of
do
that,
something.
you know.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest characters in the universe, like Wolverine.
Yeah,
Like one of the biggest characters in the universe.
I think it would be such an insane thing if they somehow had an X-Men tease in Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, that would be insane. If they kill off the original Avengers and have an X-Men tease.
And then they're just
holy
like just
crap.
like Wolverine's claws like crossed at the very like
Ooh.
in the one
Yeah.
of the middle cutscenes.
Something like that. Or have, like, Cyclops' laser vision or something. Like, I don't know. They could do a bunch of things. Who the heck is
Or
going to
Deadpool
play
like just like with his
Wolverine,
dick
though?
out.
It's like, whoa, what the heck? That's graphic, Disney. Who the heck is going to play Wolverine, though?
I hope they
Because-
just bring back Hugh Jackman.
There's-
I really
they
do too,
can't.
but-
There's no way they
Yeah.
will.
I don't know. That's kind of up in the air. I guess it's just.
Everyone just needs to be open about it and just be like, okay, if they hire someone, we just gotta like accept it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what's gonna happen is everyone's gonna be like, this isn't
They'll
my
be mad.
Wolverine.
Yeah, they'll be mad.
Just
at
like
us.
they're gonna do with like Iron Man eventually when they bring back Iron Man. Like, this isn't my Iron Man.
Yeah,
So
they'll
like,
do
you gotta
this,
change. You gotta just adjust. Like,
and they'll do the same thing. I imagine with the X-Men, like all the X-Men. Like this isn't like Professor X and Michael Fassbender, like all that stuff. I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll be the same kind of situation with Magneto and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because those characters, like, people love the 20th Century Fox movies too, so that is going to be kind of a surprise when they all have to change. I do want to do a topic for one of our shows one day, is recasting the X-Men for the Disney universe, MCU. I think that'd be fun. Anything else you guys want to say about last minute Endgame predictions?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna
This is the biggest event of this year.
This is a momentous. I think this is a big thing in history too. Like this is a big
yeah.
end to a big era in a saga. I mean,
Me and Hazen were mentioning yesterday, like, I think if you really think about it, this is probably the biggest movie in pop culture history to ever release. Like, and I know that's a big statement. Someone might say, like, the original Star Wars or something, but that didn't have the same hype because people didn't know what they were getting into.
and
at
not
that time.
everybody watched Star Wars because the truth was,
I mean,
like,
everyone
well,
kind of
no,
did,
because
but-
like even talking like some of my teachers or like older people, it was kind of the thing to do, but a lot of people didn't because they were like, oh, it's nerdy.
I mean, it goes the same for the MCU still.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
people that
but
don't
now
watch
it's entertainment's much bigger now, and I feel like especially like with these
None
kind
of my
movies,
leads,
they're
none of
accepted.
my leads that I work with, like none of them are interested in it.
Yeah, which is
Like,
crazy.
it's crazy to me. It's like there's 6 of them and like none of them care.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is possible that people don't care, but with how much momentum this movie, and with the 10-year build of the MCU, the Infinity Saga, I have to imagine it's the biggest, like, pop culture release of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do you guys think it will be, Avatar or Titanic at the global box office?
Well, but we can't. I don't think we can compare it to that because
I know,
it got
because the re-release and everything in the 3D.
which
yeah, I
sucks
know.
because
But-
initially, it's gonna.
I think it becomes number 1.
You think it will? I really hope it does. I want it to so bad.
I mean, this thing's got so
Avatar
much
being
hype
out
built
there.
around it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think it becomes number 1.
My only concern is that it comes out this week, and May is busy, dude. You got Godzilla, you got Aladdin. There's more too. I just can't.
But that's
think
all
of
to
them
the
right
end
now.
of the month, too.
True.
They have a solid 3 weeks of just Endgame. Like
People are
remember
smart.
we did this and we looked at
We
it.
looked
and
at
we're like,
them, yeah.
Like there's nothing for before.
Oh, John Wick
Or after.
Chapter 2 is the first big release after Endgame. I think it's 2 weeks after.
Mm-hmm.
So
But I still think Endgame might top it.
I think so too. Yeah, it's definitely possible. My biggest question is, what's going to be the bigger release this year, Endgame or Episode 9?
Endgame.
You think
To
so?
me it is.
Well,
I
I'm
guess.
saying in terms of box office, what's going to make more money?
Endgame.
I don't know. It's tough because I would.
Because I think so many people didn't like Last Jedi that it's like
Yeah.
Endgame's gonna.
I agree with you because you guys saw that the ticket sales for Endgame like topped Infinity Wars like right away. So like Infinity War was the fastest selling ticket movie within 6 hours, and Endgame beat it by like 4 hours. Like it was the fastest selling movie of all time within
They sold
less
quick.
less than half the time.
Yeah.
It's insane. And so my biggest question is like, is Star Wars going to? Because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they said that Star Wars Episode 9 trailer was the fastest movie to be watched on YouTube. Like the trailer had the views the quickest, even over Endgames. So even though people didn't like Last Jedi, I still wonder if it will get more sells than Endgame. It's gonna be close, but I'm hoping. I'm thinking Endgame will make more just because of how big an event it is.
Like I'm gonna go see Star Wars the day it launches too.
Oh, of course.
But I mean, I'm
Yeah.
more excited for Endgame by far.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'm more excited. I'm super excited for both. Probably Endgame because it's right here and it's like been so long. But yeah, anything else you guys want to say? Good.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, we will see you guys right after we see it on Thursday for our reaction. So stay tuned for that. Please follow us on social media at Super Bros Videos on Twitter, Super Basement Bros on Instagram. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Google Play Music, all your favorite podcast services. Please check us out. Give us a follow and subscribe and whatnot. And
Let us know if you're going to see it.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
Give us your guys' predictions in the comments, please.
Yeah.
We want to hear them, and then you can say if they came true or not.
Let us know what you're more excited for, Star Wars or Endgame.
Yeah. You can be excited for both, but pick one.
Yeah. Pick one.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.